My wake-up call wasn't a bad month. It was the Mayo Clinic. I was working 70-hour weeks and I was the bottleneck in my own school. I was trying to do everything myself. And that's when I learned the difference between running a school and just being trapped in one. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you the secrets that led me to build a wildly profitable school that gives me plenty of time, freedom, and meaning in my life, and how I've helped my clients as well build their own wildly profitable schools. Hey, if we haven't met yet, my name is Jennifer Waters and I built my own school to 7 figures. Then I started helping school and academy owners across many different verticals, whether that's music or martial arts, dance, extracurricular programs, tutoring, and even private schools, to build their own wildly profitable schools that run on autopilot, that give the owners back their time in their day, freedom to go do the things that they really enjoy, and give them that opportunity to change lives in a very meaningful way. The first thing that we have to do is we have to look at what are the things that have been holding us back in the past. If you were to take and look right now at your life, what are some of the things that you want to get rid of? You no longer need them anymore. If I think about those things, I could immediately come up with 1, 2, maybe even 3 things that I know don't help me move closer to the things that I really value. You started your school because you wanted to change people's lives. And then along the way with changing people's lives came a lot of responsibility, a lot of time, and a lot of effort that you weren't anticipating. So if we were to think of right now, the 3 things that you need to get rid of, what would they be? Are there some meetings maybe that you don't need to have anymore? Are there some conversations that could simply be an email or could simply be a standard operating procedure that you could put in place so people aren't coming back to you repetitively for information? What is it that needs to change and what can we let go of that we need to get rid of? Now what we want to do is we want to think about if we were going to move forward into this new ideal future, what would be some of the things that we would actually keep? Some of the things that help us get to the goal. You don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak. So if there's something in particular that you're doing right now that is really, really helping you, you've got to make sure you're consistent and you keep doing it over and over and over again. And then next, we want to look at what are things that we want to add to help us be successful. Now, if you're sitting there and you're going, I have absolutely no idea what I need to add, I'm going to link up a video in the description, or you might see it somewhere here on the screen, to our wildly profitable blueprint video. It's where I break down how to build your own wildly profitable school. And so that will give you some really great ideas of some things that you can add to this. This is the best method that I've found to be able to help tell us what priorities that we should work on first. For example, if you think about it like it's a traffic light, if something is red, it means that it's broken inside of your business. Like it just does not work, or you currently don't have a process for it. If it's yellow, it means that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So basically it's inconsistent. And if it's green, then that means, yeah, it's working great and there's no need to change it. The amazing thing is that even with running $1 million school, this red, yellow, green happens to me all the time. And some systems will be green, like the vast majority of them be green, but there's other systems I still have to work on that are yellow. These days, there's not as many that were red, but there used to be a lot that were red. So when it comes to this, what we're looking at here are the low enrollments, the monthly churn, and no help. I want you to grade yourself in these areas really quick. And this is going to help you determine what you should focus on first. When it comes to enrollments, ideally, we want to have enrollments every week in our school. So grade yourself red, yellow, or green. Is that happening right now? Every single week, we're having new students enroll in our school. If it's a no, this never happens, that would be a red. Yellow would be, well, 2 out of every 4 weeks, we have a few people enroll. Green would be, yes, we have enrollments happen every single week. Now, on the monthly churn side, we want to have students who stay for years. So I want you to grade yourself right now, red, yellow, or green. How would you say that your retention is? Do you have students who stay for years? Is it like 1 in 100 that might stay for years? That would probably be a red. If it's like, yeah, 50% of the people stay for multiple years with us, maybe that's yellow. Green would be, yeah, we've got good bit of people, like 80, 90% or more stay with us for several years. Then you don't have a whole lot of monthly churn, right? So you're getting students who stay for years. Prioritize red, yellow, or green on those categories. And the next thing that we need to look at here is, do we have a team to scale the dream? Okay, if it's just you right now, then that's going to be a red. if you have a volunteer or you have a partner or a spouse, a significant other that's helping you, but it's not really formalized, they just kind of help you in your business, that's a yellow. If you have actual team members that you're paying, that you have task lists, is very important, task lists, you have an outline of things that they should be doing, you're gonna mark that as green. So red, yellow, or green. Now, if you're thinking to yourself right now, oh my gosh, like this is red, this is red, this is red, all of them are red, what should I focus on? The first thing that we have to do is we have to think about what gets the engine moving forward. And it's gonna be the enrollments. If you don't have new leads coming in, you don't have new enrollments, then you don't have retention because you have no students. So we want to focus on this one first to make it a priority. And again, if you're interested in seeing more details about specifically what we work on with that, you need to go watch the video, The Wildly Profitable Blueprint, and it's going to show you all the ins and outs of that. Now that we know what we need to give up and that we need to get rid of, and we know the things that we need to keep, and we have a few ideas about things that we want to do in the future, all of that is amazing. But if you're like me, I knew all these things, but I still didn't do it because I was stuck in the day to day. My health just caught up to me, and that's how I ended up at the Mayo Clinic with them trying to figure out what in the world was going on with Jennifer. So I don't want you to get to that point, and this is what I did to start finally getting my time back. So let's take a look at this. This is what's called the priority plan. If over here on this list of things that we talked about a moment ago, you have 3 or 4 things and you're thinking to yourself, this is going to take me maybe 4 to 6 hours a week to work on this, but I'm already working 60 to 70 hours per week. How am I going to add another 4 to 6? Like, I'm going to be cutting out sleep, or I'm going to be doing something like that. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to do that, but I am saying that if your plan, you need 4 to 6 hours per week to actually work on these things that we just talked about. Part of what you want to do is you want to look at your schedule and you want to determine, when am I going to do this? Am I going to do this early before the day gets started? Am I going to use part of my morning time? What about midday? Or am I going to use the afternoon or late after everybody else is done working? I'm going to work on this. If I break it up into these 5 different time blocks, finding 4 to 6 times per week to work on my business becomes a lot easier than trying to fit it in and squeeze it somewhere. So for example, Sunday afternoons, typically a really great spot for me to at least snag an hour of work and be prepared for the next week. Mondays, currently Mondays later, that works really well for me as well. Maybe for you, you might have an early time. Maybe you're going to sneak in a time early Wednesday morning. You're going to get up just a few minutes early so you can actually get some work in on your business instead of in your business. And then you're going to squeeze in some other times. Maybe you've got a Thursday and then a Saturday morning. Now look here, we've already got, that's 2, 3, 4, that's 5 hours that we've already created in our schedule to work on our business instead of in our business. And that ultimately is a huge part of the challenge, is that a lot of times we get so stuck in the day-to-day that we don't realize that we need to take a step back to work on the things that will actually push the business forward. All right, if you got a lot of value out of this video, do me a huge favor, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.